Hello, on passive Namaskar. Myself, Archana Gavande. Today I am here with you to explore OTrim features in detail. So, what is OTrim? OTrim is a URL shortening tool. So, before switching over our OTrim features in detail, I'd like to introduce about URL. So, URL is a uniform resource locator friend, and URL came into existence in 11th of January 1982. Priorly, the URL was so much in a lengthier form. It was in alphanumeric form actually. And when the user wants to send any image, video, or any blog to anyone, so at that moment, what happened? The link gets broken, data gets lost, and people cannot be able to track the data. So, with the help of URL shortening tool, this problem gets resolved. There are many URL shortening tools are still there in market, but OTrim is magnificently designed by ONPASSIVE, and this is serving as a free product. URL was replaced by domain name system after an year. Any website was naming by DNS, and that's the address of that website. But still, the people's facing issues with image URL as well as video URL. So with the help of URL shortening tool, we can able to shorten the URLs to track the data. But now we have on passive OTrim. So let's discuss OTrim features in detail. So friends, let's begin our explanatory part of OTrim. Here you can see on our screen a bulk trim, trim URL and dashboard. In bulk trim, you can trim your multiple URLs in a one time. So this feature is bulk trim. So for a common user, if they want to trim their URL, so they just have to focus on trim URL and dashboard. Okay. So let's switch on towards our trim URL. So here we'll get two pages over here. In first page, you can trim your URL. So whatever the URL you want to trim, so you just go and copy that URL and paste your link over here in this section. So paste your link here. So that is done. Copy your URL and paste in this section. Next is add alias, means at which content your URL is belonging. Is that video, image or any blog? So write it down over here. Search alias, just write it down the alias over here according to the date on which date you have trimmed that URL. So you will get all that history. Next, export to CSV. On clicking export to CSV, you will directly goes to Excel file where you will get all the history of your URLs. Okay. Then target URL means your original URL. Trimmed URL. After trimming, what the resulting URL you will get, that is trimmed URL. Okay. Next is alias means video, number of clicks. Here is written 0, but you will get how many number of clicks you are getting from a particular URL. You will get over here. Next is actions, friends. Copy. You can simply copy that URL. Next, you can go and edit it also. Third option is dashboard. On clicking over dashboard, you will redirect to dashboard of OTrim. Okay, that will discuss later on, and here you will shocked to see that many good features is there in OTrim dashboard. Next is share button is given to us, and in that share button if you click, so there are 4 social media options we are getting, that is Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter as well as Onet. So among these 4 social media platform you can share your URL. Then fifth option is delete option. If you want to delete it, so you can go directly and delete that URL. Next is QR code, friends. On clicking over QR code, you will get an QR code, okay, from where you can get an option to download it directly to your any gadget you are using, okay? And via that you can share it. Next is track. So this will discuss it later on. Let's discuss over our second page, that is create your custom link. So you have to again paste your original link over here. Next is short URL. So this is short URL link, you will get it by default. Next, whatever you want to name your URL, you can write it down over here. And that name as a custom name. Next is add alias. Alias means what content your URL is belonging. Simple. Next, go and trim your URL. And next, you can get here a search alias and choose date. By these two options, you will get a trimmed URL. Next is again same option you will getting over here, export CSV. On clicking over that, you will redirect to your Excel file where you will get all history of trimmed URLs. Again the same as above, you will get target URL, means your original URL, trimmed URL. After trimming, the URL you will get is that alias, that videos URL is you are trimmed here, number of clicks, and then actions. So these all are same as above, which we have already discussed. Then we'll go to dashboard, friends. When you click on your dashboard, so you will get here total number of links. And in the total number of links, you will get total clicks and unique clicks. Total click means the number of clicks. If any user is clicking over or tracking your link, how many number of times the user click on your link, so that count you will get over here. And unique clicks, so total number of clicks and unique click, both clicks are different. Unique click means what? If any user is tracking over your link many times, so server will record that click as a unique click. Next is broken link, friends. If while sending your link as broken, so that count you will get over here. Next is QR code. If you have generated QR code and you have circulated it amongst your groups, so at that count you can get over here, means via the QR code how many users have clicked or accessed to that content. So that number you will get over here. So let's move down. We'll get device type, that from which device the users are tracking your links. Is that mobile, or is that laptops, or is that tablets? Any device. Okay. Next is city. From which city the users are tracking your links. So that record we'll get in city section. Next is a browser type. Which browser the user are using for accessing your link. So that browser type record you will get in this section. Next is social media clicks. So that record we'll get over here, that how many clicks we are receiving at which platform. Total click country wise we can see. See, when I saw this OTrim at first time, so I was shocked to see this, that OTrim has designed so magnificently. And one thing I noticed in ONPASSIVE tools, that ONPASSIVE tools has integration with each other. So I think that OTrim has an integration with OTracker, because when I saw the feature that we can check out the country-wise clicks, so this is the feature of OTracker GeoMap. While GeoMap also we can check out the how many users are arriving to our websites, from which region, and from which country, and from which place, a very minute location you can trace out of your user, they are tracking your link. Okay, so that is the feature of O tracker, and in Otrim also they have used it for checking out the clicks country wise. So this is a marvelous feature, I believe, from my perspective about Otrim, and I don't think so that any other URL shortening tool has such kind of attribute so far. So this is explanatory part of Otrim, friends. Our today's perspective of this video is to make you aware about all attributes of Otrim. And I believe that by this video, you almost have learned about OTRIM features. So our today's conclusion of this video is to make you educate, and it's your duty is to educate others about this magnificent URL shortening tool. Thank you very much for listening me. Have a nice day.